Yo, this is Tyler with Top Lids. We have this beautiful LX tank right here. This is a 270.6, and we've been really excited to show this tank off here, and the lids that go with it. They are right here. We're going to unbox them for you guys. We're going to show how they fit on the tank in a fit test, and then a few key points about the lids that are really important for larger builds like this. This is a 6 foot long by 30 inch wide tank. So a really big tank. We make lids a little bit differently than standard for these, and we're gonna show you a little bit about the differences, right? So here's how the lids come. Mike's lids are in 2 boxes here. They're basically gonna be strapped in tandem together. Each lid gets its own box. That is because if we put them in the same box, they could rub together and they could damage each other because it's really hard material. So we split them up like this. First thing, when we get them in, we'll just separate the boxes like this. There'll be straps of tape that are connecting them. I'm just gonna separate those real quick. When you're dealing with lids, box cutters are like your favorite tool. I have whole toolboxes just with box cutters. There we go. Set this one aside. Now we have an individual box. Now we're gonna look at the corner to open these. This corner I don't think has it, but we're gonna look for a piece that's coming up that we can get into. I don't think this one has it. Let's look on this side. That one also doesn't have it. Looking for the box opening. This, I think, is right here. Should be able to come in here. Just like that. Just gonna run along the seam here. You see about right now that we package these pretty well. And some clients are like, wow, Tyler, this is it's a lot of tape, man. It took me a long time to open these boxes. Well, shipping is not the same as it used to be in terms of how they treat our packages. So we've just opted to spend a few more bucks and use a little bit more tape per package, because the lids arrive perfectly in one piece, then that more than pays for itself, right? So in here, there's gonna be 2 pieces of styrofoam. Some of you may have 3. If the client gets an evap cover, there'll be 3, and the lids are right inside, just like that. So I'm gonna pull it up like this. And this is how they come in right here. So I'm actually gonna place this one to the side. We'll open the other box. Now is the corner search again. That was easy. Right here. And Mike actually had one of the, wasn't the first one we ever did, but it was one of the first LX builds that we ever did. And so with him, we kind of went back and forth on a little feedback for the design, and this is actually the 2nd round of lids that we're doing for Mike. We communicated on a few improvements, especially for the support, which I'll show you guys in a little bit, to make it to where the lid doesn't bow. In the center, where the lids separate. And you will see that here in a little bit. There we go. All right. We actually won't need this box cutter anymore. All right, same thing, open this up. just like this, lid's right in here. That styrofoam blows everywhere. And here is number 2. Put this to the side. And now, a lot of clients want to take scissors to this or a knife. Don't do that. Don't be that person. Because this lid is screened. So if we do that, then it could potentially harm the screen. We take a lot of time to make sure the screen is perfect, both that it's tight and that these squares line up. So the best way to do this is literally just a very thin piece of bubble wrap, and it's meant to use your hands. So you just kind of clamp like this, pull it out, and then you should be able to stick a finger through and just do this, right? And I'm just gonna do that again and break it, and do that again and break it, like that. The reason I'm doing it like this instead of just pulling it off is because if it clumps up like this together, it actually gets really tough. So when it's thin like this and only one layer of it, it's easier to take apart. See, this one's a little bit harder here. So I'm just gonna keep ripping it off. Mine's got a really big lid, so it's gonna take me a few extra seconds. All these lids are made out of polycarbonate material. A lot of clients, when they come to us, they ask what our acrylic lids cost, and we actually right now don't make acrylic lids. That might actually change by the making of this video, but these ones are polycarbonate. They're very, very hard, so I would still be careful with them, but it's not really like they're going to break or shatter really easily. If you drop them, it might put a little tiny scratch in it, but it's not like it's gonna break, right? So still take care of them, but Mike's lids here is warranty for 5 years, so they're made to last as long as the tank, or longer. And here is lid number 1. Just like this. This is what they look like out of the box, right? Pretty strong. I'm gonna set this one aside. That is the left side. Put this one over here. Then I'm just gonna open up this one a little bit quicker. So Mike, as you were ordering, man, like kind of throughout the process, what were your thoughts on just like the communication or the other lids you had, or?
To be honest, this was my first lid, but communication-wise, it was awesome. We first started, I think I messaged you through chat, and wasn't expecting to get a response, to be honest, but you responded pretty much right away. And then from then on, we started talking on the phone, and here we are now.
Yeah, I know that first night was pretty late at night, but
it was.
Yeah, glad we could connect, man. So we're gonna put the first one on now. So how we fit test these, this lip right here, this like haze portion, it's polished like this. This is what's gonna actually rest on the glass rim here, up here. It's gonna rest up here, right? It rests all the way around. And actually, this is a good time to show, if you look right here, this is the overflow cutout, and it's got a lip right here as well that goes all the way across. So this is a really important part for extra support. And we will show that here in a moment. Basically just put it over like this. I'm gonna put it on the back of the glass like that, where it holds. And then slide it in place just like this. Right? Just like that. After it's on the tank, I'm gonna look at the 4 corners of the lid and make sure that they're square against the tank. So this one's good. I'm gonna line this one up. This one looks good. Back one that you can't really see over here, line up that one. And then that one should be good if we line up the other 3. So this one's on, fit looks good so far. Let's go ahead and put the other one on. Like this. Put it on the back first. Let it sit back there. It should just rest right in place like that. Like so. Bada boom. Fit looks pretty darn good. Just testing. Light mounts look good back here for the Kessels. We added a little extra space back there from last time. And the middle fit. So here's the LX lid, guys, on the 270.6. And I wanted to give a test of the middle deflection or the middle bowing. With this lip back here, there's a lip on this overflow that we showed earlier. With that, you have a lot of extra support in the middle, so I can really push on this thing. And it's not like it's not gonna move, but if something comes up here and it hits it, or just for bowing over time, it's not going anywhere, right? So these things are how we can offer a 5-year warranty on these lids, right? It's for the little things like that that just over the years we kind of figure out, and then we can offer to you guys. So I'm gonna take the tape off the feed doors now. So these are, you can call them feed doors, but I'm gonna rub that off in a second. You can call these feed doors, or you can call them access doors. Really just depends on what clients are after. Essentially, this is for if a client doesn't want to take off the lids every time. So open it, completely separate piece. They're vented just like the actual lid. It's got screen under them. There's gonna be no condensation on it. And when you put it back on here, it just rests nice and easy right there. And if you look across the tank, right, they're recessed inside. So it's not like you're gonna see a lip on top of here. If you're looking across the tank, like if you're gonna look from across the room, you're not really gonna see the feed doors. It's just gonna look like one level. Right, so that's from both of these. I'm gonna take this one off. And same thing on this side. Just like that, looks good. And of course you have your etching here to make sure that it's from top lids, that it's exclusive. And the only thing we haven't really talked about is this guy. So this is how we do our auto feeder cutouts. There is a bracket cutout here. This is where the actual feeder will go. And then the drum is gonna sit right here, and it's gonna drop the food right here, and there's mesh right here. The reason is, if we left this open, fish can get out of there. And it's actually pretty common for fish to jump out of that if it wasn't screened, because there's food right there. So they're all gonna crowd around, someone can jump and get excited. So let me grab Mike's feeder. This is the Zacro feeder, black and green one. And it should just sit right like that. And Mike, did you already feed today?
I did.
All right. We're not gonna test it because we're gonna nitrate up Mike's tank, so we're not gonna do that. But if you wanna look right here, Mike, if this was open just like that, food's gonna fall about right here, right? We also made this cutout a little bit wider so that food didn't catch on this, right? It's gonna fall through the mesh. And I think that's it, guys. I think that's the lid. Like, you wanna just kind of show straight across? If you guys have an LX tank from Waterbox, or another really popular one is the Red Sea Reaper S series, any of the big tanks, or really any tank in general, we do lids for all types, and you want to inquire about one, or you just have a question, or just want to say hi, you can reach us at the number below, or by email at the email below, or you can also go to our website like Mike did and leave us a live chat, and we'll get back with you. I think that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Talk with you soon.